seems a little premature since we don't know when the verdict's coming. Does it feel like something's being forced on you?
It feels like someone might know what verdict is coming. That's what it feels like to me.
Ooh, that's what it feels like to her. And by the way, she's an American. She'll tell you that later. Rosie's an American. The rest of us aren't. She's unique in that respect. Welcome to Gimme 5. The women of The View, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in on Ferguson. The fact that the governor declared a state of emergency and activated the National Guard seems a little premature to Whoopi. Whoopi would like to wait, I guess, until the last minute, until there's problems, and then declare a state of emergency and call in the National Guard. I'd like to be protected, as the governor, apparently, who's a Democrat, also wants to be protected. And, of course, Rosie's got a conspiracy theory on her mind, because if there's anything in that head, it's conspiratorial. Here's more.
This should be the most intimate relationship in every community between the police force and the people they protect. We're so far away from that.
Not in the most segregated city in America.
Yeah, St. Louis has a lot
Correct.
of problems. There's
The
literally
biggest segregation in the entire country is in that city. And there is really a minority policing a majority. And it's problematic. And
It's problematic because a minority is policing a majority. Now, let's assume that's true. I guess there are, I don't know what the population is, breakdown demographics. I know the police force is mostly white. But that's problematic? Why should that be problematic? Do you care if you call the police if a black officer comes, if you're white, or a white officer comes if you're black? Do you care? Do you take notice of that kind of stuff? Why should it be problematic? So if they were mostly black members of a police force in a white community, should the white people be up in arms and say, oh, it's a problem, we got blacks policing us? I mean, would that fly? Would Rosie go that way? More.
Do you think that black people are just going to go and burn everything? That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We have seen bad behavior before. We saw it in Ferguson, and it wasn't the people who lived there. It was people who came in from out of town. So out-of-towners, don't go over there to start some stuff. Go over there to try to fix the situation. You know what I'm saying? Don't encourage us. Don't say, oh, we know something's coming, when you don't. You don't know what's coming.
I think they do know.
All right. So again, Whoopi thinks, oh, they're not going to riot. They're not going to burn things down. They already did. What makes you think if there's a no bill of indictment that they won't again? And when I say they, I mean the select few, probably the out-of-towners, the professional agitators, the professional rioters, bust in from Seattle. But still, they are they, whoever they are. Now here's Rosie.
They're saying a gross injustice is about to be ignored and people are going to get pissed.
Well,
you
we
get
don't
to get
know.
pissed, but that doesn't mean you have to be violent.
Nobody's saying that they're going to be violent.
And
They're
what
saying
is an injustice? You're saying that if he isn't indicted, that's a gross injustice? You weren't in the grand jury room.
No, you weren't in the grand jury room, Rosie. How could that be? How could you say it's an injustice? Did you see the evidence? Do you know what evidence they saw? Your mind is already made up, Rosie. You're the injustice. You say you're an American, as you're going to say in a second here. But an American believes in guilty until proven. I'm sorry, innocent until proven guilty. Rosie has it the other way, apparently. Watch.
I'm sick of seeing Trayvon Martin getting Skittles and being killed. I'm sick of Fahim Williams being found handcuffed to his twin brother of starvation, dead in Newark. I'm sick of it. Black boys are like the endangered species in America. They're killed at an absurd rate, and nobody seems to care enough.
Okay, well, I don't know about the handcuff thing she said, but that sounds like it was parents or guardians who handcuffed him to his twin brother and starved them to death. I don't know about that case, unfortunately, and that sounds horrific. But black boys, or what did she say? They're the endangered species, in America. Yeah, black young men, usually at the hands of other black young men. It is horrific. It's terrible. But to say that the police officer deserves to be found guilty and deserves to be put on trial and deserves to be indicted because you could point out other examples. And to say Trayvon Martin was killed with a bag of Skittles, that is so, again, you're either naive, stupid, or you're just dumb like a fox and you're instigating and inciting. Either way, Rosie, why they ever brought you back, God only knows. Your Newsmax Now updates next.